Good afternoon. My name is Amy Lockhart. I'm chairman of the Seminole County Commission. I want to thank you all so much for being here today. It is my honor to represent you, the citizens of Seminole County, working alongside an amazing team of emergency management professionals, everyone from the sheriff to the fire department. We in Seminole County are very proud of all of the members of the team that come together in times like this. To everyone who is working in the county and in our municipalities preparing Seminole County for Hurricane Idalia, I want to thank you so much for your service, first and foremost. It's because of you and the work that you do that we can ensure the safety of our citizens. Unlike hurricanes in the past in Seminole County, Hurricane Idalia is really presenting a unique challenge. And we're presenting for the worst and preparing for the worst, but we're anticipating impacts that will not be much different than an afternoon summer thunderstorm. And that may sound like, well, what's the big deal? But in local government and in emergency management, it is critical that we always prepare for what the worst could be. And for those of you who have lived in Florida for very long, you know a little wobble can make a big difference, and we've seen that over the years. So we want to be prepared for that. A hurricane of this magnitude cannot be taken lightly. We're preparing the county for Hurricane Idalia, and we want all of you to do the same. As residents in Seminole County, this is a team sport. Public safety requires every one of us to do our part, and you being prepared and knowing what responsibilities you have in your homes with your families is of critical importance to make sure that you have the things that you need to be safe, regardless of the eventual track of the storm. So as far as county operations go moving forward, we want to let you know that all external operations are going to be closed tomorrow, Wednesday the 30th. This includes all customer service facing offices such as building services, tag renewal, environmental services. County staff are going to continue to be working behind the scenes to make sure that the county is prepared and ready, but we want to make sure that you know that those offices will be closed. Waste collection is also going to be suspended, including recycling and yard waste. Those will be canceled for Wednesday, and all operations are expected to resume Thursday with normal hours. It's extremely important that I reiterate to you, our residents, that we need you to just remain safe, make good choices. If it's bad weather outside, don't go out there. This is a lot of common sense, and we're asking you all to help us make the best of what is going on. The Sheriff's Office wanted me to let you all know that they are prepared and ready. They stand alongside us to respond to anything that is needed. So we want to thank also our law enforcement officials as well. Thank you all again for tuning in. I want to turn it over to the Superintendent of Seminole County Schools, Superintendent Sarita Beeman.
Good afternoon. I'm Sarita Beeman, Superintendent for Seminole County Public Schools, and we've been working closely with our county officials, and I'd like to share an update regarding our school system. First of all activities and events for today will still be held as scheduled. All Seminole County Public Schools will be closed on Wednesday, August 30th. That includes all kid care programs, all activities, and all sport events. We will provide a morning and an afternoon update tomorrow to share information with our families, staff, and students about when we can expect to resume school and extracurricular activities. We are working closely with our partners at the EOC, and we have 3 locations that are on standby to serve as shelters for our community should the need arise. Once the storm has passed, then we will assess our facilities, assure that they are cleared and safe for a return. We will continue to provide updates through the district website, social media, and directly with our families and staff through SCPS, School Messenger. So now we'll turn it over to our EOC Director, Alan Harris.
Thank you, Superintendent. The Emergency Operations Center here continues to monitor Hurricane Idalia. Currently, while the Seminole County is under a tropical storm warning, we are not currently forecasted for a direct hit. But we are preparing for bands of strong winds, tropical storm force winds to move into the area. And if you look at the radar, you can see that the outer bands reach very, very far out. So them getting to the Central Florida area and Seminole County area is definitely a possibility. There is the potential also for possible tornadoes, so we're monitoring that very closely. While we are not opening up shelters specifically, we do have 3 shelters on standby. I want to thank the school system for helping us as the shelters would be in schools. So tomorrow, schools being closed, allow us to open those up very, very quickly in the unlikely event that we experience major power outage in our community or experience some type of tornado. So we are prepared to open up emergency shelters. We've been working very closely with our utility providers, Duke and FPL, to make sure that there's standby teams here ready to go in case there is power outage around our community. Seminole County Fire Department will be adding an additional rescue unit to handle any special needs individuals that may have concerns or issues during the storm. So that team will be here at the Emergency Operations Center and will deploy out to any of our special needs clients, those that have registered for special needs, in the event something occurs while the storm is passing. The Emergency Operations Center here has been staffed yesterday. Today will be staffed 24 hours a day until the storm clearly passes by the area and there is no additional threat. Ride-out teams from roads, tree trimming, traffic, and fleet will also be available to respond to the community as the need rises. I want to thank our municipal partners and the Seminole County Department of Public Works for their continued support. Sandbag locations are remaining open at this time. Over 34,000 sandbags have been given out to date from the 8 locations that were identified across Seminole County. As the first bands of tropical storm force winds start to move into the area, any sandbag operations will, of course, cease operations, and of course tomorrow they'll be closed because it won't be safe to have them open. Our citizen information line is operational. For those that have questions about the storm or concerned about the storm, please call our Citizens Information Hotline at 407-665-0000. Again, 407-665-0000. You can also go to our website at prepareseminole.org. Again, prepareseminole.org, which will have lots of information there on what's going on here in Seminole County. You can join our text group so you can get alerts directly from the county to your cell phone by texting STORM 2023, STORM 2023 to 888-777. And of course, we ask that you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Nextdoor. We're on just about every social media platform to provide transparency and excellent communication to our residents. We hope that you stay safe during the event, and I'll just open it up to any media that may have questions. Yes, sir.
If there is a wobble, what are the areas you are looking at more closely than others? What areas will we be concerned about if the wobble comes towards us?
Yeah, excellent question. And this is one of our major concerns is, and I've said it since day one, little wobbles matter. And when you look at previous storms, we've experienced quite a few of those, right? Hurricane Charlie back in 2004 was a very large wobble, and it went right over Seminole County. Irma was a wobble. Ian was a wobble. Both of those wobbles in our direction. While there's no forecast that shows that it will wobble in our direction, previous storms in history has shown that as a possibility. And that is why we're taking that extra special care, closing government offices, closing schools, getting the shelters ready. We don't anticipate that we're going to get anything like a direct hit, but the closer we get to the storm, the stronger the winds may be, the stronger those squall lines may be. So really, when we're talking about a hurricane, it is county-wide, because we don't know where those squall lines are going to line up, so we want to be ready county-wide. So all of our fire rescue, we've got additional units on standby, as well as the on call or on the scene, as well as the ride-out teams that will be able to respond very quickly.
It may be still too early to tell, but Well, we're seeing that this may be more of a windstorm than a rainstorm, but with it being more of a windstorm, what are we looking at for possible impact for this area? Because we have a lot of trees, a lot of beautiful areas in Seminole County that may cause a little concern for some people.
Yeah, so it'd be tropical storm force winds, potential for gusts of strong tropical storm force winds. So if you have been in the Central Florida area for a while, it would be like Nicole or possibly Ian for those strong gusts. Not sustained force winds, but those gusts. So we could be seeing power outages. So the things that we should be prepared for: power outages. There's the potential for cell phone disruptions if it hits a specific tower. Again, where those squall lines line up is really unclear, of course. So we want to be prepared countywide. That's why we're taking a very conservative approach when it comes to this. Bringing in all the assets, making sure that we're ready to go, and hoping that we're far enough away where we don't realize some of the potential that this particular storm certainly has the capability of doing.
And seeing that most of our stations are taking this right now, any tips for people that may be making last-minute preps today?
Sure. So I'll speak. I don't practice what I don't preach. So last night I brought in all the lawn furniture, the umbrellas, the wind chimes, anything that could fly around and be a missile. I do not want that going into the neighbor's house. I don't want it going into my house. So anything that could have been picked up and moved, we secured that last night because I knew I'd be working late tonight. That's some things that you need to do. We had went out, got a couple extra groceries, some extra supplies. I had already done a lot of that pre-hurricane season because that's my job. But we did get a few extra items yesterday just to make sure we topped off everything. Any other questions? Well, I want to thank you all for being here today. Thank you to our translator, and stay safe.
At Motorcycle Mechanics Institute, we believe your career should be something you're passionate about. Our motorcycle technician training is designed to give you the skills you need in just 48 weeks, so you can hit the ground running. Visit mmitech.edu today.